Hi, my name is Natasha Duncombe and I'm applying for your teaching position over at Fiji for the Cert 4 in Frontline Management. So hi everyone over there. So basically you asked me to reply to a case study, and the case study was asking how would I design and deliver to this particular group of Fijian students. So the first point I had up the top was to develop would be a positive working relationship with my students. This would mean to me by engaging the students and setting a positive and inclusive learning environment. I would set the stage for them to create their own student rules, and I would also, let them know of what the benefits are for them in completing this learning, which could be improved employment opportunities, as well as increasing their own individual and professional productivity. And I guess in the long term, it's to make sure that Fiji are having people in the workforce that are contributing to Fiji's economic development. So basically I would then explain the qualification and the units that were in there, and then I would look at different strategies to bring out each of the, already known knowledge that these students have and how they can contribute to a collaborative workplace learning environment where everyone can share the knowledge that they have together because they are adults. Number two was to deliver a flexible delivery offered, and one of the things that came right out to me when I read the case study was that these students were actually involved and actively working from a managerial or a frontline manager. So these people probably already have some skills that they've learnt in the workplace, and I would then offer them the pathway of recognition of prior learning. I truly believe that if students have already obtain those skills and knowledge, that they should be recognised and they should be able to provide evidence to seek that pathway. However, this might not be available for all units, so we may have to do individualised training plans on looking at what type of units could be done through recognition of prior learning and which units they would have to do the learning and assessment for. So that would offer them a bit of flexibility as to complete the qualification in that 1 year time period. Okay. So number three was, use adult learning strategies in the workplace that is going to make it easier for them to get through. So when I read the case study, I calculated that you had 36 scheduled days of face-to-face delivery in the first 6 months. To maximise the effectiveness and efficiencies of that delivery, I would cluster the units to make sure that similar learning outcomes were assessed together, and that would give the students less assessment and also make us more efficient. I would then allocate the proportional time according to the units clustered and set delivery dates for those different clusters of units. Obviously my study guide, my learning resources would all be completed prior to delivery. However, I would get some advice from my manager that would be over there to just check my work as I'm new to training in Fiji and give me any suggestions for improvement. Naturally, when you start delivery, I would always use the easiest unit first for the students, so they can gain confidence in their learning, that confidence in completing a task will set the motivation for them to complete the other units, and I truly believe that this helps the student to become more self-directed in their learning, so that's important for me. Obviously, those students who are seeking recognition of prior learning for some units may not have to attend all of the delivery sessions if they don't need it. I would then make sure, if they are doing the RPL pathway, make sure that their evidence is valid, sufficient, authentic and current. And I usually like to go into the workplace to develop those workplace relationships to make sure that I'm able to obtain the necessary information that I need and the student needs. Then I would monitor their progression on a weekly basis, and I would advise to my direct manager of any students that may be going astray, that they may need an intervention plan, done early if you can, to make sure that they are on track to complete the qualifications by the close of study date. Then we've got here monitoring the progress of the student and also giving continuous feedback. This is an ongoing strategy from start to finish and at the end, so that we are keeping on track with the organisation's goals as well as with the students' goals in completing. So basically, you know, you really want to tackle any problems that we're having in that first 2 to 3 months to make sure that they're on track. And after that, we have other different communication strategies to keep facilitating the students by email, by telephone, by organising one-on-one meetings to go over assessment with them, by meeting them in the workplace and still collecting their evidence, basically to have an open door policy that they, you know, can come and see me to complete any of the learning needs they may have. So up the top for me is be accountable, and that's a personal thing. As I had here, is that I really feel extremely accountable for the success of all my students. I believe that the outcomes are largely dependent on the strategies that the teachers use and implement. And along the way, the teachers also have the ability to motivate their students and also show them the way of self-directed learning. And ultimately, that would be my goal, that they would learn something, feel proud and accomplished, and maybe even gain financial gains in a promotion and be able to show their children, you know, how to do things. So that is the first answer to your case study questions. How would I design and deliver to this group of students? Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.